I hope that you're doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha, and I welcome you to my channel. As always, I'm so grateful that you're listening, subscribing, and commenting. I appreciate the support. And if you're interested in supporting me further, you can do that by going to my Patreon or Ko-fi link. They're linked in the description below. In this one, I wanted to talk to you guys about something perhaps that might irk you or annoy you, or perhaps it might be a trigger for some of you guys. I like doing videos like this, as you can imagine, because I love receiving kind of hate mail or troll mail or just messages where people just kind of dump all of their rant on me. It just makes me really happy because it means that I've kind of touched a spot in their heart or in their spirit that needs the spotlight, right? We need that kind of stuff happening to us, because otherwise we're just going to walk around like a zombie, just an automaton without any clue to who we are and what we need to work upon. And so what my idea is that I think one of the reasons why gratitude is a little bit difficult for certain people is because they have an idea, they have an assumption, they have a picture of how things should be. And if their life doesn't match up with that picture, then they get angry, and the emotion of gratitude leaves their body and their spirit. For example, if they are dating someone and if he doesn't call them every day, or if he doesn't buy them flowers once a week, or if he doesn't take them out for expensive dinner once a week, or whatever their idea of a relationship or dating should be like that's an idea in their head, because different relationships are different and different people do it differently. But if the idea is not satisfied, even if this person, this partner of yours, is the most amazing person on this planet, they do everything for you and they think about you all the time and they take care of you, and if you tell them that your washing machine isn't working, they come in and try to fix it, or call someone to fix it for you. They do so many things for you. But because it isn't exactly the way you imagine a relationship would be, you start resenting them and get angry at them, instead of feeling gratitude for the fact that they do all of these things for you, and they might perhaps have a different love language than you do, right? So I think for me, what I've found out is that the way I feel more gratitude daily in my life is by recalibrating or adjusting or reframing. I think that's a really good word for this. Reframing the situation in my head, right? So it's very easy for us to be like, oh my God, it's raining. Oh, it's so sucky outside. The weather is terrible. And I feel no gratitude because it's not sunny, right? Instead, another person could be like, well, it's raining outside and I just put all of these beautiful tulip bulbs in my garden. And because of this rain, they're going to pop up really quickly and I'm going to have a beautiful garden filled with flowers soon. Or they might be like, well, the farmers need the rain so that they can give us bountiful fruit and produce and vegetables and just deliciousness. And so I'm so grateful that it's raining. Or they could be like, well, at least it's going to wash my car. Some pigeon pooped on it yesterday and now it's going to be clean. Great, thank you for the rain, right? And so can you see how reframing things instantaneously creates an idea or a situation in your life where you can be grateful about everything, really. And the reality is, as I've said before, everything happens for a reason. And in hindsight, you will see that everything happened for a good reason. Everything happened to help you. The universe is always trying to help you. And so if in hindsight you can see that everything is happening for a good reason, for a reason to help you out, to make you succeed or grow, then why can't you do it in the moment, right? And so now, of course, there are some situations where you're going to be saying this to me. I know you're going to say this. Well, my brother beat me up, so how can I feel grateful for that? Or my partner beat me up, or is abusive. How can I feel grateful for that? Or things like that. There's lots of situations where you're like, well, I really am having a hard time feeling grateful for this. I think I've shared this story with you guys before. So I was in Lisbon, Portugal, with my family and my parents. And my mom's wallet got stolen. Now, I don't know if it was stolen or she left it somewhere, or if she forgot it somewhere, or if someone, if she dropped it somewhere. I have no idea what happened exactly. But my mother started crying, bawling, and she's like, someone stole it, and how dare they, and things like that. And she kind of focused on this one person. She was in a store at that moment in time, And this pregnant cashier was behind the counter, and she was Spanish. She spoke very little English, but she understood that our wallet was stolen or lost, and she tried to help us, but she said, "It's not here, I'm sorry." And instantaneously, my mom started crying out in English that this lady had stolen her wallet. Right? It was her fault. Let's call the police. It's her fault, etc. Of course, in that moment in time, I'm standing there, I'm trying to console my mom. I'm trying to make sure that she freaks out very easily, and she gets very emotional very fast and really tenses up and takes a lot of stress into her body, which is not good for her because she's had a heart attack. So in general, that's not good for her. So I'm trying to calm her down, but I'm also trying to reframe the situation in my head, because I'm also thinking, well, why did this happen? What's the purpose of this? What is the point of this? And then my mom told me that really she didn't actually lose that much money. There was 100 USD, which is, yes, 100 USD, but really if you think about it in the big scheme of things, not a big deal. Maybe 60 euros, 100 USD or 50 USD, something like that. And then a credit card that my dad called immediately and canceled. So that was fine. So I thought to myself, and I was like, Mom, and I made her sit down. I calmed her down, gave her some water, and said, Mom, how about this? How about you think of it this way? Maybe that pregnant lady needs the money. And if she did take it, I don't think she did. But whoever took it, think of it as charity. Think of it as them needing it more than we need it. We don't need this money as badly as perhaps they needed it. And therefore the universe is like, all right, let's recalibrate the situation and give this money to that person who really, really needs it. Maybe this pregnant cashier needs the money for her food, her baby, or maybe she has other children at home that she needs to take care of, or whatever it might be. There might be a need, and we're giving to them. Think of it as charity. I told my mom, think of it as charity. Don't worry about it too much. It's only a few dollars, and it's fine. And you didn't really lose that much. I know you love that wallet, but we'll get you another one. And just think of it as charity, right? Now, of course, in that situation, she was still crying, but little by little, it kind of percolated into her head. And afterwards, she was fine. It was as if it didn't even happen. Every few now and then, she'd be like, oh, I really like that wallet. And it makes sense to me because I love my wallet too. And I know if I lost it, I'd be sad. But, at least she wasn't like, oh my God, my money, how dare she? Let's call the police. She kind of lost all that aggression and stress in her body. That's what happens with reframing. Really, I think it's one of the best attitudes or best tools you can use in anything in your life. Now, so this is obviously a very terrible situation. I've done reframing in every kind of situation that's possible, because it's really the best way to look at it, to bring more gratitude into your life. Because I have noticed for myself that every single time I'm able to have gratitude for a situation, it becomes better and better and better. It just gives me more and more bounty. And I'll be sitting there and I'll just be like, all right, my laptop is broken. A few months ago, my laptop broke because by mistake, I dropped water on it. Oh, it was terrible. I was sitting there thinking, my heart is beating really fast, and my laptop is my life. I do my work on it, and I was like, what am I going to do? Oh my God, I wanted to cry. And then, so it took me a little bit of time, but I did end up reframing it. And I was like, all right, cool, fine. I'm going to get it repaired. And, it wasn't functioning that well anyways. It was kind of getting slow. So that's a great thing, because they'll repair it and it'll come back new, and I won't have to spend an entire kind of money to buy a new laptop, but I will get a new laptop because they would have repaired things in it. They're going to replace this and that. Eventually they ended up replacing the screen and a couple other things, the battery or something. But anyways, it was like almost new. It's brand new. Like I picked it up and I was like, wow, this is pretty. And so that reframing really helped. And obviously with the gratitude, they really helped me, the people that I gave it to, and repaired it within a couple of days. I had my laptop back in a couple of days. It was miraculous. I did not expect that. Also, and so much so that, I was so grateful, because for those couple of days, maybe 4 or 5 days really, not 2 days, but 4 or 5 days, for those 4 or 5 days that I didn't have my laptop, I asked a couple of my friends, and one of my friends was going away to Laos for a holiday, and she wasn't going to use a laptop, and she gave me her laptop to use for those 4 or 5 days. And so, again, just gratitude. Like I could have been like moaning and whining and complaining. Yes, it's a good way to deal with things. It's a very easy way to do it. But what's the point? How is it useful? Is it useful? Not useful? No. And so it's, I think, much better to kind of reframe the situation and feel gratitude for it. Now, in a situation where you are perhaps being abused or things like that, because everyone likes to bring up that situation for some reason. They're like, how can I feel grateful for that? I understand. But the reality is that you can pull yourself out of that situation. You can ask family and friends for help, and you can pull yourself out of that situation. Why are you in a situation that's obviously harmful to you? So I don't know how you're gonna I'm sure you could reframe it and have gratitude for it, but really, why would you want to have gratitude for that? Perhaps you could say, oh, my soul and spirit is cleansing its karma, or, you know, I'm learning a lesson from it. But reality is, pull yourself out of that situation. If it's not working out for you, I know it's difficult, but I don't know what else to say, right? And so either you reframe it. So if you're feeling like something's not working out, that you're like, oh, I don't really like the situation, reframe it and try to feel gratitude for it. Or if it's not working out for you and you really don't like it, pull yourself out of it. You know, ask for help from other people and try to get out of that situation. Now, I've never been in an abusive relationship. And so I've been molested and sexually assaulted and things like that. And basically what I did was I ran for that person. I got away from him and I tried to go to a safe place. And so in general, I think that's the idea. Now, of course, I am not an expert, but all I can tell you is gratitude is the key to everything positive, happy, and good in the universe. The more gratitude I feel, the more good things come into my life. And I've noticed this to be true for many other people in my life. And to keep on trying to reframe things so that you can have gratitude for something that perhaps other people will look at and be like, this is terrible. Why aren't you crying about it? And inside you're like, well, I reframed it and I'm feeling gratitude for it now. Yeah. Now, again, if you have any questions about this, please let me know and I shall do a follow-up video. But please don't tell me about all the situations that you're in that you can't feel gratitude for. I really don't want to know because I'm not interested. I don't know how that's helpful if you tell me about that. That's not going to help your situation or help me. And so I don't want to hear about the situations that you can't reframe. If you can reframe some situations, please let me know about that. Or if you have done this in the past, let me know about that as well. Thank you so much for messaging me and for the support. If you want to support me further, you can do that by going to my Patreon or Ko-fi link. I shall see you guys the next time around. Bye for now.